This video is sponsored by none other than Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co. I think cosplaying is pretty cool. I don't do it a lot, only a few times before here and there, but I'm amazed at the art of it. How people can literally shapeshift their face to make it similar to a character without compromising their own face shape and body structure too much, and still look like the character. So anyway, this year I dressed up as Slutty Patrick. Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Rasmo, and did you know that there's new merch of the channel? I partnered with Good Bean to give you the goods, like an acrylic work buddy that motivates you to do what you need to do and reminds you to work, bitch. Check out my Good Bean store now, links in the description. So, about what I said at the start, that was a lie. No, I didn't dress up as Slutty Patrick, although I wish I could. Minus the stilettos, though. I can wear 3-inch platform heels for a whole day, but these things? I'll break both ankles and then some if I have to walk in these streets with these on. So, cosplaying. It's the art of dressing up as a character in a piece of media, whether that is in an anime, a movie, a game, book, or from any other piece of work. Some people do it for fun to represent their fandoms, some show appreciation to a piece of media, or just match with their friends, and some actually do that as a living and look damn good doing it. Just recently, I cosplayed as a Biswalker MC, which is an outfit from a game called Love in Deep Space that the main character wears during combat. I also made a video about that game card up there if you want to watch it, and all I can say about this outfit is that it looks fucking cool! Like, it looks slick and it's leather, hello! But it actually clangs everywhere because the ends at the back are supposed to mimic a jellyfish, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, which is a sea creature that Raphael always attributes to his lover, MC, hence some of the other outfits having that motif too. This one is no different, except at the end, there are metal thingies that look like this, and every time I walk, this is what I sound like. Can people stop looking at me? Okay, so this video isn't about me yapping about my very little experience about cosplaying because I've only done it twice at this point, and I don't do it for a living, but I have met someone who has. I'm not even gonna beat around the bush. I went to a convention for 3 days straight to see this cosplayer named Thames Melrose because my bestie, whom I've mentioned before in this channel, is a big fan of him, and he had a meet and greet event in that convention. Now bear in mind, I've heard so much about this guy because a lot of my friends gush about him to me, even if I wasn't a fan of cosplayers in general. But even if I wasn't a fan, I was always amazed at how good his cosplays looked and his work ethic too, because I always get updates from my friends, which feels like almost every 2 days that this guy was flying from this place to another, and then Japan because he needs to get his Chocobo merch or something, and then another place for a convention. So I'm like, I gotta see what's up with this guy. So the first day of the convention, I was waiting in line with my bestie, and every time a girl would come out of his booth, they would always say, "Grabe ang tangkad niya." I knew this man was tall, but when it was my turn and I stepped into the booth, my neck went from a 0 to I think a solid 45-degree upward angle, and there he was. Thames Melrose, the guy my friends have been gushing about. Something in me got excited, even though I wasn't nervous or bursting with excitement to meet him prior, but now he was in front of me, and all I could think of was to tell him how much my friends love him so much. I was like a little rat in front of him, yapping. I instantly went, "Oh my gosh, hi, it's nice to meet you. My friends have been gushing so much about you. They're like really big fans. Like, they keep talking about you." "Oh, what did they say about me?" "Oh, no, it's all good things, I promise. They show me your cosplays and you fly a lot, don't you? That's crazy. I could never travel that much, but they really like your work. One friend of mine met you in Malaysia and the other one is just outside." And amidst my yapping, I feel like he was reining me back because I actually forgot to introduce myself. Like, he even raised both hands up to call my attention like Chris Pratt trying to calm down those dinosaurs. Wait, what's your name?" "Oh, I'm CJ. Anyway, so my friend's right outside, right? And she really likes your cosplay, and I'm impressed with the way you do your makeup. Like, I don't know at first, and..." "Oh, okay, thank you. Do you have anything to sign for me?" "Oh, yeah. Right here, please." So I gave him the photo cards I bought from the merch store. Then there was this sudden moment of peace and tranquility. The moment I pulled out those photo cards from my bag and had him sign it, because I didn't want him to lose focus on signing it. Because personally, I don't think I can write and talk, so yeah, I don't know. I just went silent as I waited for him to write something on the cards. But then he started talking to me again, which activated my yapping instincts. "What's your name again?" "Jesse." "Oh, CJ. Sorry, my bad." It's okay. I approve your wrongs and rights, sir." So anyway, And before I left, I asked him to ask my bestie about Philippine mangoes because she was next in line. And I thought if she ever got starstruck, that would help them have a conversation or something. I'm trying to help out, okay? Now, the Philippine mangoes thing is a little inside joke between me and my friend that Thames wouldn't know. And I think it'd be pretty funny to confuse her with the fact that he would know that all of a sudden. I exited the booth and now it was my best friend's turn. I waited a couple of minutes outside the booth and when she stepped out, the look on her face. What did you ask Thames? I was playing dumb too. I was like, huh? Because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think the guy would actually do my request and ask her. It was a pretty vague question, all things considered. He asked me about the mangoes. How does he know? And she was just there on her knees laughing. And I was just standing there. So that concludes my first meetup with the guy. To be honest, he was very polite and soft-spoken. It was really comfortable to just talk to him and take a picture without feeling nervous. There were multiple times where he laughed at me because I kept glancing at his manager that was really pretty. Like, come on! There's so many pretty people around me, I can't just not compliment them. I actually kept talking to everyone in the room, by the way, because there was Thames, and then the convention staff holding the door, and then his manager. So, as a YouTuber and streamer, my initial urge was to entertain all three people and not just talk to Thames when initially the whole deal and shtick of this meet and greet is supposed to be him entertaining me or me meeting this guy in general, not me gathering a whole group for a group discussion or something. I felt like an owl with how much I was turning my head to look and make sure everyone was in the conversation. And even before I went into the booth, I was chatting with the lady named Ken who was in front of the booth and we talked about piercings because she got a really cool helix piercing and we were talking about how I lost mine and she felt so bad for me. And I felt so bad for myself too. I'll be honest, when they called me into the booth, I just wanted to talk to the staff. Like, yeah, I paid to meet Thames, but I'm still talking about piercings with this really cool lady, so maybe you could go first? I don't know. I'm still talking to her. I could talk to Thames in a bit. So anyway, if I had too much energy, I'm sorry, staff and Thames. And Thames' pretty manager, who is named Awom, is what I've heard from the fans. If they even see this video, hopefully not, it'll be really embarrassing, I'm not gonna lie. This is only for my viewers. I don't think this should be outside our circle, guys. A lot of people say share the video. Well, let's just keep it to ourselves, alright? So, day 2 of the convention starts. I'm in my cosplay, and I'm walking around because the meet and greet was in the afternoon instead of the morning like yesterday, because we didn't get to line up in time. And I actually met this really big, adorable dog in the convention who knows how to shake hands and was lightly biting my hand. And I have no complaints with play biting, even if it was a big dog, because it's just a light munch, you know? But I had leather gloves on, and I was just worried that Lily's, the dog's name, saliva would ruin the gloves.
I would recommend kayo touch mo dito.
Okay, what's their name?
Magre-read siya.
Ayan.
Lily. This is Lily.
Lily? Oh, hi, Lily! Oh my God! Oh my God! Dinala niyo.
Lily.
And her owner told me that she knows a trick where if I pat my chest, she knows that means hug. And I thought that was really cute, so I did it. But I forgot that I'm a 5'2" woman crouched down and this was a big ass dog. So she jumped on me and I fell back. The owner was apologizing, but I said it was all right. I didn't get hurt or something. I just thought it was pretty fun, all things considered.
Yan.
Okay na, thank you, baby girl.
Naan ka? Sorry, miss.
Okay lang po, okay lang.
Lily was a really nice dog too. Now that day 2 is starting, I was in cosplay. I was cosplaying the clingy clangy costume I told you guys about at the start of the video. I had my Ita bag filled with Raphael everything, and I was holding the grumpy Raphael plush that I bought online. It used to be naked, but I found an outfit for it at the convention. Now it looks like the Little Nightmare Banana Child. So I bought a checky from Thames' merch store, which is just a Polaroid picture with Thames that's different from a selfie we can take on our phones during the meet and greet. So I chose this pose from his menu since we can only choose amongst these poses for the checky. And it was perfect since he was cosplaying a Love and Deep Space character Xavier, which is my second favorite after Raphael. It would be a good memory with my lad's cosplay too, but here's the kicker. I chose this pose for the picture on my phone. When I got there, it was the afternoon and it was kind of obvious that Thames and the staff were tired. Honestly, I was too. So there was not much yapping on my end and I just wanted to get this over with because the quicker I finish my time with him is just a couple more seconds saved for everyone in this room to just quickly get some rest. So we did the checky and he told me while we were posing, "So you really like Raphael, huh?" And just the mention of Raphael had me beaming. A big smile was on my face when he noticed how much I liked the guy and I said, "Oh my God, I really do. How did you know?" Which is a stupid question to ask because, Oh So can we also do this pose? And I showed him the picture. And to my surprise, he quickly agreed. Like, not a weird look, no questions, just, yeah, we could do it. So we stood on either side of the room and he pointed to my phone and asked, so I'm gonna be Will Smith? And I was like, holy shit, yes, you know him? Does he know? Of course he does! Will Smith is popular. I don't know why I didn't expect him to not know him. But something about this really pretty cosplayer saying the words Will Smith out of his mouth just got me. It's like when your teacher says a meme they weren't supposed to know, it elicits a mood of like, whoa, you didn't just say that. That's the forbidden words. So it kind of felt like that with Thames and Will Smith. I don't know, man. So day 2 was complete and I said my goodbyes. I did hear some rumors about some of the people in line misbehaving, which is what caused their drained energy, but nonetheless, they were still trying to give me an enjoyable time talking to me in the short span of time I had in the booth. Also, those were just rumors, so it could also be because it was an unholy hour after lunch where everyone is naturally sleepy. So what better way to fight sleep than to eat some snacks like Tokyo Treat and Sakurako? You guys know the drill. Tokyo Treat and Sakurako are subscription boxes that send Japanese treats right to your door. For the month of November, we have Fuji Fall Snackscape and Tokyo Treat, giving you a taste of autumn with snacks like the Yuzu Shio Ramen, salt and butter sweet potato crisps, melon haichu, and for the one I took a bite out of was the ponderings donut. I couldn't find any ponderings here in the Philippines, so I was so excited to see it here in this box. I didn't get the pleasure of pulling out all of the rings though, since it's been separated now in the plastic. Nevertheless, it tasted good. It had a salty side along with the sweet, which is always great. Over on Sakurako, we got the wonders of Nagano, giving you guys a taste of the Nagano prefecture with snacks like the chestnut pie, mochi mugi senbei, apple manju, and for the tea that matches well with all the snacks in the box is melon hojicha. Listen, I love matcha, but if you want a step above that, hojicha is so good. Like, that's my go-to and then matcha. And for the tableware for this box is a small cute plate for your snacks with a geometric motif that symbolizes harmony and endless connection. I took a bite out of the Danish apple pie because it's really eye-catching and it looks really juicy and nice. Look at it! And since it's apple themed, I use my little Caleb acrylic that makes it look like he's eating it. I think this is how you use these things. I've never used it before. Anyway, if you can't read Japanese, which is really important in these boxes, that's fine, because there's a magazine in each box that says what snack it is and the ingredients and allergens. Of course, there are so much more snacks in these boxes than the ones I've mentioned, so if you want a box of your own, use my promo code ROSMO to get $5 off of your first purchase, or use the links in my description. Thank you again, Tokyo Treat and Sakurako, for sponsoring this video, yet again being a longtime sponsor of this channel. Okay, let's go back to the video. The last day of Thames' meet and greet, and I was actually planning to give him and his staff a gift. I didn't get him one because he was begging on Instagram for his fans to stop giving him gifts because it was becoming a luggage problem. So I gave him a letter, but I didn't have any materials for a letter, so I used a Raphael sticky note I bought from the convention. Shoutouts to Abby with her cute art merch, and I split it into parts. It looked like this. It's that one. That one's mine. And for his manager and the convention staff, I gave them a cute little doggo bread clip. I even got a picture of all of us as a request for the last day because they were all working hard and I wanted a remembrance for this event. So here's what it looked like. All of them are hardworking. Look at these hardworking people. Cover this one up. This bitch annoying. They really are nice and sweet, honestly. And there's not much that happened with the photo op with Thames other than the fact that as soon as I got my selfie, I was walking straight out of the door and Miss Ma'am guarding the door and Thames both were like, wait, your photo card, because he hadn't signed it yet. And I was so ready to leave. Like, if I left those photo cards, I don't think I would crash out. Like, I really don't mind. Meeting these people were fun enough, but it was nice to know that they reminded me to get it back because this happened on the first day too. It was not the first time I was forgetful. I think I just did not care for any physical treasures in life, it seems. And of course, I didn't forget about Ken, who I was talking to about piercings on the outside of Thames' booth, but she wasn't there. So I asked the person in charge that day, and she said, "Oh, you mean Ken? Oh no, she's sick." "Aw, that's too bad. Is there any way I could have someone give this to her?" She pointed to herself. "I'm actually her sister, so I can hand it to her later." And I was just beaming and started chatting with Ken's sister. I wish I could remember her name. It was a nice name too, but my memory sucks. And initially, I actually remembered Ken's name to be Kaylee for some reason. That's wrong, by the way. Her name's Ken. And only realized her name was Ken when her sister told me about it on day 3. But that concludes my convention experience. I met a lot of really fun people, and this is the time where I first tried a meet and greet with a cosplayer. Honestly, it's pretty fun. I like it. I feel like I do this again with random cosplayers. If you guys know any cosplayers who would do a meet and greet in the Philippines, let me know. I want to visit, support them, and hopefully make a video sharing my experiences on it. If you like these types of videos, I made a story time where I had a haircut with the rice terraces of Banawe. Link in the description, card on the right. So yeah, I actually met a lot more people at the convention, and I wish I could sneak all of them here in this video, but I don't think I have the time for it. But I did meet a bunch of girls during the line for Thames' meet and greet, where they shared a visual novel where 4 broke bitches try to get your affection, and one of the guys would put his motorcycle helmet on you as a romantic drive out. But instead of being romantic, all the MC could think about is how goddamn nasty his helmet smells. And I can't wait to play this game because it sounds so funny. Anyway, big thanks to my patrons. Similar Sound, Kuya Daniel, Stale Toaster, Orda Star, Conjure, Aniyushi, Gungelian, Jokers at Jacob K, Kyle Chua, Scar Aidenham, Christian V, Kieran, and The Land of Dreams.